You're no god, just as I'm no devil. All I am is truth and judgment. And with those chilling words, Rain officially cemented herself as the greatest Supergirl villain ever. Hello, everyone. This is Warhawk Beyond 2040, and today I'm here to discuss with all of you about why I feel Rain is the greatest Supergirl villain ever. And this is a special shout out to one of my main boys, William Linares, who I know is a huge fan of Rain. This is for you, brother. Hope you enjoy it. Now, throughout all 6 seasons of Supergirl, which I have seen, the quality of villains, they've kind of been, how shall I put it, hit and miss. There have been a few exceptions, but I feel by and large most of the Supergirl villains on the show weren't really that great. I mean, you had Livewire, she was pretty good. I thought she was a great villain. You had Silver Banshee, who I thought was a very exceptional villain. You had Lex Luthor, who for me was awesome, even though he was only in a couple of episodes in season 4, and then they brought him back as a semi-regular. John Cryer was fantastic, and I didn't think that Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor would have serious, stiff competition, but John Cryer definitely came knocking on that door for sure. Michael Rosenbaum is still the man, but John Cryer's Lex Luthor was very close. You had Indigo, who was the female equivalent of Brainiac. I thought she was tremendous. You had the Leviathan, who I thought were not really that memorable. You had Nixley, who was Mixie's Pitlick's sister. I thought she was absolute crap. I thought for the first couple of episodes she had some great potential. I thought she was pretty decent, but once they made her into a main villain for season 6, I thought she was terrible. I just thought the writing for her was crap. You had the Red Daughter, who I thought was a good villain. Would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more of her, but what we did see with her was excellent. But, however, out of all of those names that I mentioned, there was one villain for me who made a huge impression and left her mark all over the show. She definitely changed the whole feel, the dynamic, and really made it very edgy. And I looked at her as the show's answer to Doomsday. That's how much of an impact this character made. And she officially only appeared in one season as the main villain. That was in season 3. They did bring her back a couple of times in a couple of cameos, but I would have loved to have seen much more of her. And the lady I'm talking about is, of course, the world killer, Rain, who was played absolutely superbly by the lovely and very talented Odette Anna Abel, an extremely beautiful and talented Canadian actress who I thought really stood out to me out of all 6 seasons of Supergirl. Now, whenever I get asked, who is your favourite Supergirl villain? Which one made a big impression on you? Without hesitation, I say Rain. Hands down. There was nobody out of all of those villains I mentioned made quite the impact that Rain did. When she appeared, she completely turned the whole show upside down, gave it a darker, grittier, serious feel to the show, to the storytelling. And when you see her, she just looks like a monster. She really does. Her whole costume, which looks like it was pulled from Man of Steel, like something from General Zod's wardrobe, the long black cape, her mask, which looked like a spider's web, the dark, smoky, thick eyeliner, the black lips, her dark brown hair, everything about Rain just screams evil and very deliciously sexy as well. I'm going to go out there and say it. Incredibly powerful, very strong. She was the whole package. And if someone said to me, come up with a female villain, can be whatever you want it to be, it's yours, go make a female villain, I probably would go with someone like Rain or something on the lines of that. When you first see Rain, you look at her and think, how the hell is Supergirl going to match up with this beast? Because when you first see her, you just think, oh, she just looks like someone from Zod's army, but she wasn't. Far from it. But what made Rain such a compelling villain wasn't just the fact that, she was very strong and powerful. She didn't just come in, put Supergirl into a coma, and that's it, job done. She had a split personality. When you first see her, she's Rain, but behind that black mask, she is Samantha Aries, a single mum who comes to National City for a fresh start for herself and her daughter. Now, over the course of season 3, Samantha starts having these blackouts, and that's when she transforms into Rain, just goes out on a killer rampage. But she doesn't remember anything that happened, what she did the night before. And to me, I thought that made for such compelling storytelling. And we learn about her origin story. We learn that Rain is a powerful and genetically altered Kryptonian and created by the Dark Priestess Selena. And that's where the whole split personality thing comes into play. And the interesting thing about Rain is she actually sees herself as the hero. She actually believes everything she's doing is in the name of justice. And I think that to me makes her really unique and very different to a lot of the other villains who have appeared on the show. I mean, for most of the villains, when they've appeared on Supergirl, is defeat her, take over the world, all that jazz, blah, blah, blah. But with Rain, she wanted to restore order and bring justice to the entire world. And she wasn't afraid to spill blood. And I'll never forget in season 3 when she just completely beat the living tar out of Supergirl and she just threw her off the top of the roof and Supergirl landed on top of the car. I thought that was such a powerful moment, and I'm quite surprised for season 3 that the show didn't get an R rating, at least for that season, because it did get quite intense. It did get quite dark at times. And the very fact that Samantha and Rain, even though they share one body, they're both complete separate personas. Neither one knows about the other. I thought that was really, really good. And obviously, when Rain was finally defeated, we never saw her again. And I was really bummed out about that because I can't think of any other villain, except maybe Doomsday, on that level, who presented themselves as a physical challenge and gave more grief and came very close to offing Supergirl quite like Rain. I mean, Doomsday obviously took out Superman. That goes without saying. And obviously, Supergirl didn't technically die. She just went into a coma. But just the fact that Rain did what she did, to me, really puts her on a much higher level than any of the other villains who have appeared on the show. And as I said, I was really bummed out. She never came back. They did bring her back for one episode in season 5 where Mixius Pitlick showed Kara some possible realities. The first reality was we see Rain kills Lena Luthor and Mon-El before being taken down by Supergirl. And we see another reality where Supergirl and Lena didn't meet each other, and we see that Rain became one of Lena Luthor's most loyal enforcers. But that's it. Officially, we never ever saw Rain again. They did mention Samantha in season 4, saying that her and her daughter Ruby moved to Metropolis, and we see that Samantha is heading Luthor Corp's northeast sector. But I thought the way they defeated Rain was quite interesting. They pretty much removed her Kryptonian side from her personality, therefore having no powers whatsoever and essentially getting to live a normal life as a human. I thought that was quite interesting the way they defeated her, but it would have been nice to see Rain back one more time, even if it was just for a couple of episodes in the final season, which was season 6. They never did, and I'm really bummed out about that. It would have been really nice to see her, even if it was an alternate version of her from another Earth who made her way to Earth Prime. I would have been more than down with that. But I suppose, the very fact that we only got to see her officially once and they never used her again, I suppose that really puts her on a special level. They never overdone it with her. And yeah, she was definitely my all-time favorite Supergirl villain. And when you look at her, you definitely could see her matching up very well with the DCEU incarnation of General Zod. Just that sheer intensity alone. But I thought Odette Anna Abel did a tremendous job. Very easy on the eyes. But she proved that she was more than just a pretty face. She proved that she was highly versatile. And yeah, she was a great addition to the show. Would have liked to have seen more of her. But hey, what can you do? But Reign, no pun intended, reigns supreme for me as the greatest Supergirl villain ever. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What was your thoughts on Reign? Did you like her? Where do you put her with the Supergirl villains? Do you rank her as the best? What was your favourite moment involving Reign during her time on the show? Do you think she was the show's answer to Doomsday? Would you have liked to have seen her come back? And if so, how would you have brought her back for a couple of episodes? What did you think of Odette Anna Abel? Do you think she did a great job playing Rain? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.